Hillary Clinton is campaigning in the Commonwealth of Kentucky this week ahead of the primary there on Tuesday. Historically, Kentucky has been Clinton country. Hillary won the primary there by a massive margin against Barack Obama in '08, but could Bernie Sanders edge her out this time? Is that state changing dramatically? Joining us now with his perspective is David Abbott. He's a former Democratic councilman from Clark County, Kentucky. He just switched parties so he could vote for Donald Trump. Mr. Abbott, it's great to see you this morning. So you switched. You've been a Democrat all your life. A lot of people in Kentucky have been, and now you're not, so you can vote for Donald Trump. Why'd you switch?
Well, one reason, it's not working. The system we have now is not working. We're over $16 trillion in debt, and I feel Mr. Trump can come and give us better deals, can work out. He's a businessman. He's been there, and I believe that he can do that. The system, I don't want my children, David and Erica, to grow up in a world in debt all their lives. So I feel like Mr. Trump, with working deals, especially the companies that are going overseas and bringing things back to sell here, we just want to be fair. It's got to be fair. We've got to. He says he's going to put 30% tax on everything that comes into this country from overseas, and I think it's just fair that we have fair business. That's all we're asking.
So, I mean, this is a big change. You were a Democratic official. Presumably you voted for Hillary in '08 in the primary. Most Democrats did in Kentucky. Why do you think she's incapable of addressing the issues you just named?
I just feel like we're bringing what's been in the past. I voted for Bill and I voted for Obama, but they had good ideals. Obama packed the people. He was saying things that people wanted to hear and things that he did get done. Well, I believe my strongest point for Mr. Trump is he'll call out Congress. You've got to have a Congress that works with you. And Mr. Trump is not afraid, doesn't owe anybody anything on his campaign. He's been he's done it himself. I feel like he will call these people out, and we've got to work together. I mean, to work together, the deals that he can make, the influence he has, and I just feel like he's a better deal.
What's interesting, it looks to me like Bernie Sanders could win the Democratic primary in Kentucky. Hillary was so popular 8 years ago along the Appalachian spine in the border states, West Virginia, Kentucky, Arkansas, and yet she looks like she's going to lose to Sanders. Do you think she will, and if so, why?
Well, you got West Virginia and Kentucky's the coal miners, and that's a big business here in Kentucky. And I know they've always been talking about cutting them out. So you don't really expect them to support them if they're talking like that.
So you're basically the nightmare for the Clinton campaign. I mean, she needs to win people like you, traditional Democrats. I mean, people whose families have voted Democrat for generations in states like Kentucky. Do you think that a lot of people will follow your lead? Do you know people like you in Kentucky, Democrats who are switching to vote Trump?
What I believe is Mr. Trump is telling people what they want to hear, that you need somebody. I grew up as a Democrat, but always heard we need to get a common man in there. We need a common man that votes on things. And I think you're getting as close as you can get with Mr. Trump, because he's not politically correct every time, but he's there, and I know he's going to stand up for us. He's going to make America great, and that's his saying there, is making America great. I believe he will work hard. And the Clintons, they did very well. When Bill was in, I believe the nation was in very good shape. We did great. And then Obama came in, we were in a mess. And I think he did very good things, but they couldn't work together. And where are we at today? $16 trillion in debt, or more now. So I believe Mr. Trump is not afraid to say what he feels, and people, and there's people comes up to me and says, I'm going to vote for Trump, and I don't know why they don't say it loud. I don't know what's wrong with this world that people can't say how they feel out loud. Mr. Trump does, and we need to get behind Mr. Trump.
That's a good point. Mr. Abbott, David Abbott, joining us now live from Kentucky. Great to see you this morning. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you.